Hello everyone, Garuda here with another Duskhaven video. Today we'll tackle the topic of how to gear up on Duskhaven as a fresh level 60. We'll look at some interesting quests, dungeon loot and raids. This server really is a lot of fun to play on, and since the recent fixes to the lag issue, more and more people are bound to discover it. That's not to mention the frequent quality of life improvements, upcoming board class and raid releases, and so on. Before we get started, if you're interested in this kind of content, consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and leaving a comment below. Alright, so you're interested in playing on Duskhaven, but you're not sure how to actually get started getting some gear? It's pretty easy actually, and you can start before you even hit level cap. There are some really interesting and solid early game items that can be attained before 60. The first category are just BOE things you can find on the auction house, such as Elemental Mage Staff, Kroll Blade, Axe of the Deep Woods, Underworld Band, Maiden Circle, Eye of Flame, high-powered flashlight, tier belts and bracers, and so on. Because of Duskhaven's above average drop rate and decently large leveling population, rare and epic items are plentiful and often won't set you back more than a few gold each, and most are well worth it. If you've got a lot of money to spare, you can also just buy nightmare seeds for about 150 to 200 gold each, which can be turned in for some really decent raid level loot. Just by using the dungeon finder tool, you'll most likely also attain pretty decent items from the satchel of helpful goods, in addition to decent gold. Most items you get from the earlier dungeons will be replaced quickly, but there are some which can last a really long time. For example, the Blackstone Ring from Princess in Maraudon, Burst of Knowledge from Lava Lash in BRD, Mind Tap Talisman from Calandris in Dire Mole West, and of course Iron Foe and Hand of Justice from the Emperor in BRD. Whatever class or spec you play, there are almost certainly some items which you can attain before even hitting 60, which are really valuable. This goes further than just BOEs from the auction house which cost gold, or drops from dungeons which involve luck. There are some guaranteed and free quest rewards which can really serve you well. Look at these trinkets. Power and Strength of the High Chief, 50 attack power or 29 spell power. Really good and easy to get. All you need to do is complete a quest chain which starts with a drop empty firewater flask from Winterfall Furbolgs in Winterspring. Complete the chain, which is easy but a bit tedious, and you can pick one of those trinkets. Another one is Mark of Resolution, which has been massively buffed over its original vanilla version. As before, you need to complete the All Along the Watchtowers quest in Western Plaguelands, and then, alas, Endor Hall. Horde have a pre-quest as well, namely Scarlet Divergence. You can pick these up at Chillwind Camp or the Bulwark. Horde have another decent trinket option, namely the Rune of the Guard Captain, which is a reward from a previously elite quest in the Hinterlands, but which now can be done solo. There's another quest at the same location, which gives a great cloak or neck. Both factions can get a Blackrock Spire quest to get one of the following: Mark of Tyranny, Eye of the Beast, or Blackhand's Breath. All of them are very good and pretty easy to get. Once you've got some of these trinkets, you're absolutely good to go at level 60. For further basic gearing, I suggest you just spam the 55 plus dungeons. The gear that drops in, for example, Stratholm, Scholomance, Dire Mole, and Blackrock Spire is pretty decent and will set you up with a basic kit. And of course you earn decent money, which you can use to purchase items on the auction house. The next step is doing Mythic Plus dungeons. Mythic plus 2 is pretty easy, and honestly once you hit 60 with some basic gear, you're good to go already. The items which drop there are better than mostly anything you'll find in normal dungeons. Mythic dungeons on Duskhaven have a shared loot table, and here are the items you can get from them. As you can see, not all slots are covered. Head, shoulders, chest, gloves and pants can however be acquired via a shared token drop, which is pretty uncommon in Mythic plus 2, but the drop rate increases as the difficulty does. At this point, once you're starting to get some gear, you can start doing higher level Mythic Plus dungeons. Depending on your role and class, this can be very easy or very hard. As a tank or healer, you might need to gear up a little bit first, but as a strong DPS such as Demon Hunter or Death Knight, you're probably able to do higher keys without problem very fast. The next, and for now probably only way to gear up on Duskhaven is doing raids. Currently, you can do Molten Core, Onyxia's Lair, Blackwing Lair, and their heroic versions. Except Onyxia, these technically do require a short attunement quest if you want to enter them via the conventional manner. However, for Molten Core, you can just jump through the window next to the quest giver / portal guy, and for both, you can get summoned inside as well, without needing to be attuned. There are also two new custom Duskhaven only raids, Ashara Crater and the Emerald Dream, which drop Molten Core and Blackwing Lair level gear respectively. Gulgurup will be released by the time this video goes live, which will probably be another source of decent loot, likewise with AQ, Nags, and any raids to follow. There are currently no options to gear up via PvP on Duskhaven, although I'm pretty sure they're working on that as we speak. Alright, that's about it for today. Gearing up on Duskhaven is pretty fun and smooth, and if you've always wanted to get started with your first character, or maybe your fifth alt, now's as good a time as any. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.